I could be the twist, the one to make you stop, the icing on your cake, the cherry on the top. It's heaven in my heart, and we could find you some space. I could be the world to you, the missing piece, the extra sentimental kind of chemistry. Some people make it hard, with me that isn't the case. 'Cause I make it so easy to fall in love. So come give me a call and we'll fall into us. I'm the perfect mix of Saturday night and the rest of your life. Anyone with a heart would agree. It's so easy to fall in love with the way I do my hair, the way I make you laugh, the way we like to share a walk in Central Park. I could be fresh air, might be the girl of your dreams. There's no need to hide if you're into me, 'cause I'm into you quite intimately. And maybe one night could turn into three. Well, I'm down to see, 'cause I make it so easy to fall in love. So come give me a call and we'll fall into us. I'm the perfect mix of Saturday night and the rest of your life. Anyone with a heart would agree. It's so easy to fall in love with me. It's so easy. It's so easy to fall in love. So come give me a call and we'll fall into us. I'm the perfect mix of Saturday night and the rest of your life. Anyone with a heart would agree. It's so easy to fall in love with
With GME. What's up, everybody? Good morning. How y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing well. My name is, let me put it on the full screen real quick, Dynamite_41. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice, so don't take it as such. Oh, man. Y'all, we need to talk about the amount of bots that are just all over Twitter, the amount of bots that are all over Reddit, the amount of bots that are all over... Sorry, I'm getting a text. Let me take my watch off really quick, because this vibrating stuff on my wrist every time I get a notification is throwing me off right now. So many bots out here. Twitter, Reddit, even YouTube. The bots are even people that don't know what they're talking about when it comes to talking about GameStop. It seems that now that GameStop has more relevance, if you will, in mainstream media, all of these random YouTubers, all of these random channels, all of a sudden they become finance bros and they know what they're talking about when it comes to finance. Hey, listen here, buddy. If you're listening to this, if you feel offended by this, I'm not a finance person myself. I know here and there, bits and pieces, not fully educated on that stuff. I'm a real estate kind of guy. That's my cup of tea. But for y'all to come out here and claim to have all this credibility because y'all have thousands of subscribers on y'all's channels, and y'all just smear GameStop in a light like no other, smear Ryan Cohen, the board, just any chance that you get. It's cute. It's real cute. And the hate is so forced, but I ain't tolerating it, nor am I going to let it just sit there and just be put out without saying something about it. So, you know, I'm going to take a little trick from Marance's book, and we're going to watch a video about these FUD people. I guess they know about GameStop and they want to talk shit about it. for whatever reason. But you know, whenever you're doing so good, whenever you're doing great, whenever you're running the business properly, whenever you are turning negatives into positives, and when I say that, I'm talking about the balance sheet, people gonna hate. But I guess that's a sign that we're doing something right, baby. Also, someone wants to say hi real quick. It's Sam the man. Sam the man. He's so sweet. Sam hasn't been on here in a while. He wants to say hi. He's a little shy. He's actually looking at the OBS screen because he sees himself. So shout out to Sam. Sam obviously buys GameStop just like I do. But I provide his income for him. So of course he's going to mooch off of me. Once we start making this, once I get my new job, it's going to be lit. By the way, this is off topic to GameStop, but I am going to be speaking with a couple of brokerages this week. So I got to get that going, and I got my, everything is just falling into place. Everything is finally aligning up in my own personal life, in case if y'all are wondering. So I'm just so grateful to be here, so grateful to put in the work, because now I get to enjoy the fruits of the labor. There's still some work that has to be done ahead of me, but that's okay, because we gonna keep grinding. And I'm also so very grateful to be a GameStop investor. Hello, been holding and buying for the past, 5 years now? What was that? Was that Ruby acting crazy? I'll go check in a minute. But, been basically buying and holding for that long. And this is another thing that I seen online before I get to the nitty and gritty of video that I want to show y'all that I saw this morning, actually. Shit. I just lost my train of thought. What was I about to say? Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, that's right. Why are people coming out here in these, in Twitter and Reddit? They're saying, yeah, I put in $200,000 and I'm down so much on my investment. I've been holding on for 5 years. I can't take it anymore. I'm down negative. And like, hold on, you dumb bitch. So, excuse my language. First off, that was your fault for putting that much amount, probably your life savings, if this is even true, by the way, of your money into GameStop. That's your own fault, you dumb bitch. Also, you should have just dollar cost averaged your way down. Maybe you wouldn't be put in this kind of situation where you're negative, because, yeah, I'm happy with my position. I wouldn't have as much money as I have right now if it wasn't for GameStop. And this is coming from an actual legit GameStop investor. This isn't no phony baloney, Tony De Niro baloney bullshit. I didn't just buy at the bottom and sell at the top, and then buy the bottom again and sell the top. These people out here on the internet be lying, bro. They are big liars. Hey, Tony D, why the fuck you lying? But that goes to like a lot of them too. There's so many grifters and liars on YouTube. And feel free to ask me. I could point you the direction. It's basically a big percentage of them. There's a very few amount of us on YouTube that actually are with the shits and are actually GameStop investors and ain't on no bullshit and ain't doing any of that funny stuff like coin, all that shit. Apparently Roaring Kitty tweeted, a couple days ago? I'm catching up, y'all. I'm catching the fuck up. He tweeted a couple days ago, which caused the prices spike up, and then brought it back down. Basically, I don't know. It was a whole thing. I personally was at work, and I was pretty much out of the loop for all of that. But everyone's so mad about whatever. And I think it was also, the price got brought down, if I'm not mistaken. It was because of the proxy statement from GameStop. But, the market is so stupid because, literally apparently the tweet that Roaring Kitty did or tweeted was about, a coin. People were claiming he was hacked. I read a couple of things. All of that is up in the air for speculation. I haven't seen an actual screenshot of a Roaring Kitty tweet, if anyone even caught that. I personally wouldn't believe at this point in time if a screenshot of Roaring Kitty's tweet was to come out. I wouldn't believe it because, you could edit shit nowadays. People are good at that. But, it's crazy, bro. But like I said, this is a great buying opportunity for people that like to dollar cost average their way down. So for anyone in comment sections or replies on Twitter or even on YouTube saying this and that and the fourth about how bad GameStop is, let them know that they probably don't know what they're talking about and they are probably a shill. Just shelling it out, dude. Let me respond to this text really quick. You know, we live and we don't stop for nothing. We don't skip a beat. And I'm going to go through the chat really quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chart. I'm going to have to edit my Weeble chart, bros and girls, because, you know, we broke below my wedge. It is what it is. We love to make adjustments. I never claimed to be a day trader, swing trader, all that shit. I'm an investor in one of the best companies in the world. You just don't know it yet. But when you know it yet, the price will probably be at a higher price point, but then you're going to be like, damn, I should have bought back in the day. But in reality, would you have been able to hold through all of this FUD, through all of this nonsense, through all of this infiltration of online servers where people talk GameStop, and all of a sudden we got all these bots just coming in and trying to destroy people's just destroy their drive and, you know, diamond hands. They're trying to do all of that. They're trying to basically change your mind. They're trying to smear GameStop. They're trying to make it seem like they lose money when in fact this was a company that was losing a shit ton of money and burning through it until Ryan Cohen joined the board, and it took years for him to turn the company from a cash burning business to a profit generating machine. But y'all still want to talk about GameStop as a dying company, bro. And it's like when GameStop actually makes money, oh, they only made this much money. I'm sorry, could you do that? Exactly. And once we take over eBay, we're going to do the same shit. Those executives at eBay didn't like it because they ain't going to be getting paid like they do now. They're not going to be getting away with it. So, of course they didn't like it. Of course they declined the deal, but all good, baby. I don't let that kind of shit sway me. And I'm still learning about all this stuff, too, on top of that. So I definitely ain't letting it sway me. So if you're like myself who don't know too much about the market and mechanics and how it really runs, don't let this shit sway you, because at the end of the day, Ryan Cohen has a track record. And if you look back at it, you could see what he's done. I personally believe that he could do the same for eBay. My opinion, of course, but a lot will disagree with it, especially the Meltdowners. Hi, Meltdowners, by the way. Feel free to clip me any way you want. I know y'all are obsessed with us for whatever reason. Y'all are so obsessed with GameStop. I'm going to have to play that Mariah Carey song. Sorry. I was supposed to do something on my phone really quick. I have not bought a share today yet. Just because I'm currently in the process of figuring out the next steps to my real estate license. So I just have to do a few more steps before I can actually get the license, and I got to get a few interviews out the way. So I got a lot going on in my life. I got to move to prepare for ... Y'all know the deal. We live in real life in front of each other, I guess. So let me go ahead and change the screen up really quick. Boom. We love to see it. $22.07 to start the day off, and we are happy with it. Or unless if you're not happy with it, who knows? Obviously, I think it's crazy that they just shoot it down like that, but it's a buying opportunity, and who knows? This might be the only time left that it's this slow ever again. Who knows? All I have is time on my side. I could wait. I got so much time. Shorties, McShorts, people of power, y'all are older. Y'all ain't got much time left. I ain't worried about y'all. Hank Wood, good morning. Thank you for being the first one here. Ricky B. Loco, the second one here. Thank you so much for being here. Burton is in the house. What is up, my broski? Hey, finally caught me. Hey, I love to see it. I love to see the support here, you know. We're not over here trying to grift, not over here trying to get clout, none of that. I just want to get the word out here. Sometimes I like to vent because I see some bullshit online, so I have to channel it somewhere, and why not do it on my tiny little platform on this pocket of the internet? Of course. Shout out the pocket, Carter's Corner pocket right there. That's the homie. It's been a minute for sure. So I went live last week, but before that, it had been like a month and some change. So, but that was because my real estate studies got that out the way, the hard part out the way. Now it's the now things are starting to happen slowly but surely. I have PT in a couple of minutes. I have to watch the replay. Hey man, all good, Hank. Who knows how long I'm gonna be live for? Hey, I've only been live for 19 minutes so far. Sometimes I just have a cap. I'm like, okay, what else am I supposed to talk about? I should probably go run some errands. I should probably go do this. I'm thinking about other shit. You know what I'm saying? But for sure, catch the replay, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to drive to a further store and listen and drive. I appreciate it. Hope I'm not piercing your ears or anything like that with my sounds. What's up, Amber? Thank you so much for being in the chat. Carter's Corner Pocket CCP finally went live for the first time in a while. Love to see that you're doing well, Carter. Yes, drive safe, by the way, Burton, please. I'm at work feeling like I'm talking to Lundberg from Office Space. Oh, you gotta love the Lundbergs at work, man. Gotta love it. Yeah, I just don't think that these meltdowners are going to talk me out of selling my GameStop position. Yeah, so many bots. It's always happy birthday for Amber, so happy birthday, Amber. LFG 51st Elitist Platoon GME Division reporting for duty, Michael Venuti. Thank you so much for being here. We are out here. The chat is here. We are live. We're lit. Are they asking you to come in on Saturday, CCP? Shoot. Yeah, don't show up. Don't show up. You know your worth. We're going to have a higher worth once GameStop acquires eBay. That's for sure, baby. You know it. Let's see. Let me scroll through it. Everyone's saying what up to each other. Love to see the love in the chat. Best part of Carter's live. Ready, set, go. Hi all. What's up? What's up? Andres, what's up? Yeah, we love it. Sorry, I'm just catching up. She's the best. No breaks. All gas for her. Hi, Burton. Give it to me, baby. Hey, I'm trying. Driving and listening now. Love it. Drive safe. Where is Tony No Dinero? Shoot, who knows where Tony No Dinero's at? He's probably playing with himself somewhere and buying the bottom and selling at the top. Somewhere. He's somewhere lying. He's somewhere gaslighting people. He's somewhere manipulating a crowd. Oh, shit. Gotta run back to work now. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for chiming in, Amber. I appreciate you. Have a great day at work today, and happy B-Day. Of course, thank you, Burton. Appreciate it. Hey, any chance we could watch the RC interview? You know what? Yeah, I could definitely put it on. Was there a RC interview posted this morning? I think there was a word about Ryan Cohen interview supposed to be posted this morning. Where is the link to that? I know it's going to be on Twitter. I forgot who was doing the interview. If you can note that, let me know in the chat. NJ. My bad, NJ. Oh, shit. I'm the worst. With pronunciation, yes. I need to be better about that. But if you have, the name of the thing, Roaring Titties, let me know. I'll definitely pull it up after this video, because I want to show y'all this video as well, too. I seen it. Trove has it on. Okay, shout out to Trove. I forget, man. Trove be going in every single day with the lives. I don't mean to interrupt, Trove, not at all. But let me see. Damn, Trove's got it on. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to stream snipe. I don't do that stuff. Is that allowed? I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm, doing that shit. That feels weird to me. But I will definitely find the video somewhere after this video that I show y'all. But if Trove is already streaming it, I'm not trying to do all that, because that's Trove's current stream right now. But I'll definitely find the video somewhere for sure. Unless if I'm overthinking this shit. I just don't want to disrespect Trove because I know how much Trove puts in as far as efforts for the community. So shout out Trove, bro. Oh yeah, let me pull up this fucking bullshit. I swear. Excuse my language, but these guys are ridiculous, genuinely speaking. Let me pull this right over here. So, I don't know their names. All I know is that this is the WAN show, whatever that stands for. I don't know. These guys are just basically talking shit about GameStop like every YouTube channel has been. Trust me, I get it. I know that a lot of channels are doing it. But like this just popped up on my feed this morning and I normally don't click on these videos because I know what to expect. It's just going to be a bunch of bashing to GameStop. Any chance you get, you're going to throw your little jabs at GameStop. So cute, whatever. So that's pretty much just what that video is. Let me drag it over here like this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's pretty much what that video is, but I want to watch it with my peeps, and we can do some, oh my goodness, like a sportscaster. Just talk, I give my opinions. I cannot get my words right this morning, but we're going to talk about it and see what these guys are about, see if they're legit, and then we'll go from there. So it is the WAN show. I don't know what that stands for. Maybe it's wieners are nice. That's probably what their show's name is. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Is this on mute? Actually, I think it's cool you can introduce each other's followers. Okay, cool. Then I'll just play it from, I'll look for that part of Trove's stream, and then I'll play the RC interview from there. Cool. I just want to make sure it doesn't come off disrespectful, but if we're exposing each other's channels, even better. The more the better, baby. All right, let's watch this bullshit and see what these guys are all about.
GameStop offers $56 billion in value for eBay, but struggles to explain how it'll gather up all that value. On May 4th, GameStop, because they try to use the force to make this happen, I don't know, whatever. GameStop made an entirely unsolicited $56 billion offer to buy eBay at $125 a share. The offer letter stipulated that the amount would be paid half in cash, half in GameStop stock. GameStop's operational / strategic plan was that its roughly 1,600 U.S. retail stores would become.
For the record, the guy right here, this dude right here with the light blue shirt, he is selling it so hard. It's so ridiculous. He's selling it so hard. The hate from this one is so forced. Bless his heart, he drinks too much Gatorade. Haterade. Whoa. Sorry, Haterade. You are a hater. Anyways.
eBay drop-off, intake, fulfillment, and live commerce hubs, which actually sounds kind of smart, with CEO Ryan Cohen promising $2 billion a year in cost cuts, including $1.2 billion from eBay's marketing budget alone. The bid seemed weird because the market valuation of GameStop is around $11 billion, while eBay is roughly worth $48 billion.
Is this like me, offering to? I've got my float plane shirt on here. Okay, is this like me offering to buy YouTube?
Nice analogy, bro. Nice analogy. So colorful from you. Anyways.
Like this isn't even a merger.
I think the scale isn't even close, to be honest.
But you get what I mean, right? Like,
I think they're a lot closer, but
they're the smaller company, and they're not even offering a merger of peers. They're like, we're going to acquire. What are you even talking about? Anyway, sorry.
Maybe if it
carry
was Floatplane trying to buy YouTube's toe.
Notice how flustered this man is. He definitely is forcing the hate on GameStop. Or he probably bought a lot of options and lost a shit ton of money, so he feels some type of way for life about GameStop. Or he's just a hater, flat out, and he's a meltdowner. Well, meltdowner, let me tell you something, buddy. A couple years from now, Us, Team 51, Ryan Cohen, Larry Chang, the board of directors at GameStop investors are going to be laughing to the bank. So 5 years from now, or a couple years from now, maybe sooner than that, honestly, actually sooner than that, keep the same energy, dog. Keep the same energy. Because we remember all these naysayers. Y'all are going to change the y'all are going to change the script. Y'all are going to rewrite things. Y'all are going to act like y'all never said the shit y'all are saying right now. Because, quite frankly, the problem with these people that have a disease called grifting or having an ego that's super big above them is that they can't admit defeat. They can't accept when they were wrong. And they're not going to do that. All they're going to do is scrub videos off the internet where they were basically hating at one point. But since they're going to be paid to probably push a certain narrative around that time in the future when GameStop is actually doing good, he's going to delete his old shit. I don't know. I could be wrong. By that point, GameStop X, eBay will probably be in the S&P 500. Who knows? Keep on doubting, doubters.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff with this. I think it's literally just a stunt, but we'll get into that. About
Why are you feel so compelled to spoil the punchlines for things, Luke? You can't help
but
it.
There's so many good reasons why, and people gotta absorb it as we go through. About 9 billion of the, which has me interested in if GameStop's valuation includes their cash. But anyways, about 9 billion of the cash for the offer would come from GameStop's war chest, with the rest being raised through a debt instrument from TD Securities, a subsidiary of TD Bank, provided a highly confident letter indicating a potential commitment to provide approximately 20 billion of the cash. Half of the offer in debt financing. Okay, I'm a little bit lost here. But anyways, it feels like Sam Altman being like, yeah, I'll buy all the RAM. It's like that level of like, I don't think they actually technically have to do it, but they've said that they probably will. Cohen went on CNBC's Squawk Box, where the hosts flagged that the value of all of GameStop.
Can we talk about how these guys also cherry picked the CNBC interview, but not the other two afterwards? Got it.
Stock is just over $11 billion, and half of the acquisition offer
yeah, so the
would
acquisition
require about
offer is
$28
half
billion.
stock. Yeah.
Basically, there isn't enough equity or enough cash to make this make sense. And half stock, half.
All right. So clearly, outside investors can jump in and also put into this, but I don't believe that Ryan Cohen wants to show the whole world all of his cards, because guess what? The moment Ryan Cohen shows his cards even a little bit, mainstream media is somehow going to twist the narrative out of it and make it a negative. So I do believe that something else is brewing up behind the scenes. I don't think that he's telling us everything. I know that he's not telling us everything, because why would we broadcast all of our actions when they're going to basically turn back and use those against us, weaponize that shit against us? Why would we do that? Ryan Cohen knows exactly what he's doing. In my opinion, the whole world sees it differently, but yeah, y'all can keep talking.
Cash also doesn't really make any sense. And if we go check out GameStop stock and we look at the last 5 days, I mean, it even went down.
So it's worth less today than it was
technically
when
a month it's up. But yeah, it's down 4% because people saw this and were like, yikes, which is kind of funny.
Retail investors like us don't move the market, for the record. Just so you know.
Yeah,
So that's how I know people like Team 51 are still holding and buying still today at these prices.
The CEO apparently just kept on saying when asked like, how does this make any sense? Like, where are you getting all that value from? He just kept saying half cash, half stock, and then saying it's on the website. Go check it out there. It gets explained on the website. Yeah, amazing.
I missed this part. He eventually told the host, "I don't understand your question." It's like, dude. Okay, sorry. Carry on.
He was framing the I don't understand.
Man, he was itching to let that one out. See what I mean? The hate is forced. We love to see it, though. We're doing something right, clearly.
Saying your question as if there was enough stock and cash available, therefore the question didn't make any sense. But clearly there isn't. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Morgan Stanley analysts then piled on with a research note calling GameStop and eBay fundamentally different businesses with no real overlap, and noted that if the deal somehow closed, it would be the largest leveraged buyout in history. Then on May 6th, Cohen created a new eBay. This is my favorite part. Cohen, the CEO of GameStop, created a new eBay account under the username Ryan5050, 50 cash, 50 stock. Presumably a nod. Oh, yep, there it is. Presumably a nod to the half cash, half stock split. And then started listing personal items, in his words, to help fund the eBay acquisition, including, if I remember correctly, some socks and and other things. Frank Cifaldi? I don't know.
Frank C.
Of the Video Game History Foundation then flagged on Blue Sky that several of Cohen's listings appeared to come from the Game Informer vault, which housed decades of rare gaming memorabilia that GameStop kept after shutting the Game Informer magazine down. Okay. Then late that same night, eBay suspended Cohen's account, citing concerns that his activity was putting the eBay community at risk. As far as my understanding goes, they have reinstated his account. I don't think that's in here. Analysts have pointed out that the whole thing likely comes down to Ryan Cohen trying to trigger a performance gate in his compensation package, which would unlock $35 billion in potential stock options if he increases the company's market value to $100 billion and achieves $10 billion in cumulative EBITDA.
You know what's funny is that is so much better analysis, I guess, of what he's doing. See, I thought this was as simple as GameStop hasn't been in headlines enough lately. I need GameStop in the headlines so that people like pump it as a meme stock again. I was thinking like 3D chess. That's like 4D chess. So if I need to reach a revenue target, I just go out and I borrow enough money to buy a company that already has that much revenue. It's brilliant.
I don't think
if you can make it work.
I think if anything, leaking that like that was the goal might have been part of the 3D chess, because I don't think this was ever going to happen.
Well, no, it was never going to happen. But like maybe he's I mean, we have no idea how much ketamine the average CEO is on, right? So like maybe in his
I stopped paying attention because I was looking for this video. What is this dude talking about? So we're just gonna frame Ryan Cohen like a ketamine user. Is this where we're going? Is this really the route we're going? Are y'all really that low? Do y'all really not know that much about financing or anything along the lines of even the company of GameStop, to where all you do is resort to bashing Ryan Cohen, trying to smear him as a character, trying to smear the company of GameStop, trying to scare people to not buy the stock anymore? Like, what is this garbage? I'm gonna save y'all some time. This video is trash. We don't need to watch the rest of it anymore. But I did watch this piece of trash, unfortunately, prior to the stream. And basically, he calls the CEO of some company. It's probably his friend that just got his LLC. I don't know. And then asks him if he's a ketamine user. I'm like, you're ridiculous. You're actually ridiculous. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this, just because these two losers are gonna be mad that they didn't buy GameStop in the future. So we're done with them. We could exit them out of our lives. We don't need to see them. Actually, we can see them in the future whenever they're losing and we're winning. But I did find the interview. It is right here. Found it on Twitter. It was pretty easy find. So let me go ahead and put this on the big screen. But real quick, before I get started on showing y'all this, let me update my Weeble chart. So, unfortunately, wait, where is that video? Where I put that Oh, got it. Okay. First of all, man, It is what it is. But we're gonna make adjustments right now. Last time I made an adjustment was a while ago. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's pump this right here. And you know what? I think this is a good spot to do it, personally. Because you know why? On this top part of the wedge, we tapped out right here. We also tapped out over here too. So maybe, just maybe, our breakout is going to be on the months later in the summer. It could be sooner. I don't know. I'm not a day trader, not a swing trader. I plan on busting my ass and working all summer and accumulating shares as I go because, hey, I've been doing that for the past 5 years now, and I've built a position for myself. So why not continue building on that position that has that high potential to grow in the near future, in my opinion? Check out the OBV. Look at that on balance volume. Still high. No one's selling shit. You could fake a sell-off all you want. People are still holding GameStop. But they don't want you to think that. They want you to think that it's a dying company. We love to see the forced hate. Love to see it. Yeah, Echo, those guys are ridiculous. It's insane, actually, that how ridiculous they are. All right. Y'all ready to watch it? Let's do it, baby. Let me make sure I'm all good with the sound. All right, let's make sure we got some sound on this end.
All right, Ryan, I thought a great place to start the conversation. All right, Ryan, I thought a great place to start the conversation. Can you explain to me very simply, what is GameStop's business today? Everyone saw the meme stock craze, but you've actually turned this thing around financially. So what exactly is the business today?
The business is 1,600 U.S. stores. We've divested a lot of parts of the international money-losing businesses. It's a business that's a lot less reliant on hardware and software, and we've leaned very heavily into collectibles, trading cards, and refurbished tech.
And then what is the latest financial metrics compared to when you first got involved? Because my understanding is the business was losing tons of money. Now, not so much.
Yeah, when I joined the board, the company was losing hundreds of millions of dollars every single quarter. And the business today is profitable and is making a lot of money and is going to make a lot of money this year. And we've cut SG&A by $800 million. And, you know, we made close to $400 million last year. And this year we'll do better than that.
Okay. So what people thought, I think, when you first stepped in was like, you're going to be the meme stock king, but really it seems like you're now the turnaround king. You basically turn the business around.
Yes.
Okay. What's the balance sheet look like? Because you got a lot of assets. How the heck did you get billions of dollars on your balance sheet?
We have approximately around $9 billion of cash. We did some convertible debt at a 0% coupon, and the company has a strong balance sheet today.
Okay. Of that $9 billion, you've got cash and then you've got Bitcoin still?
Yes.
All right. When you bought the Bitcoin, I think everyone was all excited because you're going to go and like put all the money in Bitcoin, but it seems like you bought a little bit and you're just kind of hanging there. You recently announced, okay, now you want to go buy eBay. And I got to admit, when I first saw the very first Wall Street Journal article that said that you were looking for a big target, usually a big target is like peer sized. You know, if you're a $10 billion company, you're looking for a 10 billion, maybe a 20 billion. eBay is a $50+ billion company. So this is like the ultimate elephant hunting. Why eBay? Like, why is that so interesting to you?
It's within my circle of competence. It's a business that I understand. It's the second largest e-commerce asset in the United States. And it's a business that is under earning. And it's a business, frankly, where I can go in and I can make a really big impact in terms of the profitability in the short term. But more important, in the long term, it's something where I want to run eBay. I want to own eBay. I want eBay to be a much, much larger business. And it's a business I understand well based on my Chewy experience. Like, physical retail is not within my circle of competence. E-commerce is my wheelhouse, and there's no asset in my view that has as much potential as eBay.
So there's a woman that I know who is a very well-known business journalist, and she texted me when all this went on, and she basically was like, "What are your thoughts?" So I got on the phone with her, and one of my points to her, which I am shocked people do not quite understand, is like, you've done this before. You built Chewy's a $10 billion company today, give or take. Can you just give us like the 2 minutes on like what was Chewy, how you built it? Like, you're not somebody who's just, came out of nowhere, somehow became the CEO of GameStop and are like trying to like throw spaghetti at the wall. Like, you came from the e-commerce business and built a very, very successful e-commerce business.
Yeah. Chewy, I started in 2011. I had a lot of trouble raising capital for a lot of different reasons. There was a lot of competitors in the space. There was the comparison to pets.com. Everyone said it was impossible to have positive unit economics selling 30-pound bags of dog food or pet food and cat litter. But we scaled very quickly. It was all about scale and market leadership and focusing on the basic stuff, the fast shipping, having amazing customer service, having the right products, having amazing having a UI and UX that was very simple to go onto the website, check out very quickly. So in hindsight, it wasn't the best idea. It's a low margin business, but it's consumables and customers. It's a subscription business. Over 90% of the company's revenues come from auto ship, but we had really good execution. So we focused on doing the simple things really well and building a household name.
Now, when I look at you taking that experience and going to eBay, I think there's two things that stand out to me. One, people are positioning this as GameStop buying eBay, but really it's merging of them, creating one single business made up of eBay and GameStop and putting you in as the CEO. So to some degree, this deal is people betting on you leading the business going forward versus the existing management team. And then the second thing is that everyone looks at GameStop and immediately it is the retail investor participation that everyone focuses on. eBay, from my understanding, is almost all institutional investors. A very large portion is institutional investors. So really the pitch here is like, you are pitching Ryan as CEO of the combined company to institutional investors, not to retail investors. Is that a fair way to think about this?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What's your pitch to the institutions? Like, why should they support this?
If I was the institutions, I would roll over 100% of my equity. And I'm not saying that, I don't say that as, we're offering to buy eBay at $125 a share. You can look at it as basically we're giving them a special dividend for half. And, depending on when they bought, there's taxes with that. And then the other half, they're rolling into equity of the combined business that is going to be a lot more profitable because we're going to focus on efficiency in the short term and in the long term, and we're going to focus on revenue growth. And I don't get paid unless I build a much larger business, and I want to turn eBay into something much larger. So it's the difference between a professional management team and board of directors versus an owner operator at leading it that doesn't believe at all in work-life balance.
Now, you mentioned you want it to rival Amazon. You think you can do that?
I say that in terms of not turning eBay into Amazon, not going head to head in fast moving consumables or selling new electronics or phone chargers or anything like that. I say that in terms of eBay's $50 billion business, and it's under earning. And I think that us leaning into live commerce, with category expansion, eBay is a household name. It is a very, very strong asset, and it can be a much more valuable business. So I say that in terms of just the sheer scale of the business, it can be something much larger than what it is today.
So if I look, the share price is up 13% in the last month, which given about 50 billion or so, you've created, $6-7 billion of value for eBay shareholders by simply just making this announcement. Is that the way you look at it?
Yeah, I mean, part of it, I think that's fair. That makes sense.
Okay. Now, you've been tweeting a lot. How much time do you spend on Twitter?
How much time do I spend on Twitter?
Like an hour a
on
day?
what, a daily basis?
Yeah,
I would
daily.
say probably somewhere between 30 to 60 minutes daily.
Okay. Some of these tweets
It's
are
very entertaining. So I like the fact that anyone can say anything, good or bad, and nothing gets taken down anymore. So it's good.
listen, you're talking to somebody who spends a lot more than 60 minutes on Twitter every day. So I agree with you. Some of the things that you've been tweeting are directly calling out both the management team and the board. And I think a lot of your commentary has basically been like, these people are just nurturing the business. They're not really growing it. They're not, kind of leaning into innovation and driving what you think should be happening at the company. But then also you've been hammering them on board compensation, CEO compensation, management compensation. Just talk through, like, what are some of the absurd stories or insights and anecdotes that you've come across so far?
Well, I mean, if you look at, they rejected our proposal this morning, and I mean, the general spirit was actually correct. They said that it wasn't attractive, and they're right. It's not attractive to the board and the management team because we would be getting rid of the board and the management team. And the board collected $4 million in board fees last year. The CEO is making close to $30 million annually. The CEO, by the way, has bought $0 of stock in the open market since he's been CEO for close to 6 years. So it's not attractive to them. It's very attractive to shareholders, but it's not attractive to them. And they're, it's anticipated their reaction in terms of, they're not owners, they're employees collecting a paycheck.
So their exact words, I think, were your offer was not credible or attractive. Is this it? Is it over? Like, do you just go home now, or what do you do?
No, we'll see what happens in terms of next steps. But
what does that mean?
I want the business. I want the business, and we own indirectly through our position, since it's a derivative position. We own over 5%, and I want to own the business. I want to run the business.
So how do you get around them denying? Because it's very weird, right? Like, for those that don't understand how this works, is like you're basically bidding for a company, and the people who are the first line of defense of making the yes decision, you're basically saying, if I get this business, you will not have a job here. So of course they're
Exactly.
they're not very interested in saying yes. There are other avenues you could pursue. For example, you could proxy shareholders, and you can kind of go around. You could go to institutional investors. Like, what is the Ryan master plan as to how you end up getting eBay?
At a high level, it is the owners of the business understanding that there's a lot of there's a lot more shareholder value to be created by me running the business. And the existing board and management team is an impediment, because I mean they want to keep their jobs. It's that, it's that simple. But it's the real owners of the business understanding how much better run eBay can be.
Is it fair to say that they're destroying value or they're just not creating value?
I mean, if you look at the performance, let's say like since COVID, active users is down 30 million, operating income is down, operating expenses is up. Every important metric is down considerably. So, the company's bought back a lot of stock. There's no question about that. It's been a very significant buyback program, but the spending $2.5 billion a year in sales and marketing and basically not growing active users is lighting money on fire.
So whatever the expenses are today, how much do you think you can break it down percentage wise? Like, can you cut 20% of expenses, 50%?
I mean, it's a business that's spending over $5.5 billion on $11 billion in revenue to run a business that essentially has no inventory and is very asset light. So, $2 billion in cost cuts. I mean, if you look at GameStop as a good example, and I've committed to $2 billion in cost cuts at eBay, but if you look at GameStop as an example, we've cut out, SG&A has been reduced by 47%. And that was actually a business that it was very difficult to cut costs. Like, there wasn't a lot of fat to cut at GameStop. It was already, for the most part, efficiently run and not a high margin business. eBay is basically like, I would say GameStop was in pretty good shape. From an expense standpoint, it's that it's just overall business was cyclical and the world was betting against it for very good reasons, because of the move, obviously, to digital gaming from physical software. eBay needs to be on like Ozempic. It's literally obese and it needs to... it is extremely, extremely overweight to an unhealthy degree, like is about to have a heart attack. But luckily, the business has a very strong moat and it's able to carry that kind of weight, but it doesn't mean that it's healthy.
When you look at the cost cutting you did at GameStop, how much of that is because of AI or other technologies versus just being a good operator?
I mean, we're actually only starting to really leverage AI like in the past quarter. And so, it was more just making the teams smaller. Like when I came in, basically every single major publicly traded SaaS company, somehow GameStop had a long-term contract with and was spending millions of dollars. And so it's consolidating the technology stack. It's having smaller teams. It's going deep into marketing spend, looking at ROI. Basically, whatever everyone tells you internally is pretty much the opposite. Because, I mean, you can't, like, everyone is either reliant on the software, is worried about their jobs, is getting some kind of kickback. So you kind of have to take a grain of salt in terms of even the feedback you're getting internally. But, I look at running GameStop as like, what would I do if I had one GameStop store? And if you have thousands of stores, you run it with the same level of frugality as a family business with a handful of stores.
Now, do you use AI on like a day-to-day basis, or do you use AI to pick eBay out of the thousands of businesses that you could have gone after?
I have always long admired eBay's business, and I didn't want to be the CEO of GameStop. Actually, when I sold Chew, I didn't really want to. I didn't want to do anything for the most part, and then I lasted like a few months, and retirement wasn't for me. But I'm very eBay's business is. I mean,
That's your white
it's
whale.
eBay. Yeah. It's the one.
All right. What's your relationship like with Roaring Kitty? You think you could get him involved and that would help your case?
I don't really have a relationship with the Roaring Kitty. I know really as much about him as the general public does.
Another person who's been in the GameStop maybe a circle is Michael Burry. He seemed pretty supportive of
Paper
you
Hands
going
Burry.
animal hunting. But then there's rumors that he might have sold his position or something. What's going on with Burry?
Well, I would say, like, if I look, what I like about both of them is they're contrarian. And we all basically went into GameStop at like the same time. And I think for a lot of the same reasons, I can speak for myself in terms of like, what did I like about the GameStop investment is at the time, everyone thought I was fucking nuts for investing in GameStop. And like a good proxy was the high short interest, like it was over 100%. But in general, there were a lot of reasons to hate GameStop, from the real headwinds going against the business. And so I respect contrarians. Like sometimes it's I like that they're willing to take the other side of a trade, and they're comfortable with they're comfortable doing things that are unpopular.
Makes sense. All right, let's get back to how you win this thing. Like, how far are you willing to take this? Will you take it to a proxy vote? Will you go and actually get the shareholders to hold the management team accountable?
We're going to. I don't want to call my shots because we're dealing with people that are making a lot of money and they're not owners in the business, but we're going to do whatever we obviously need to do in order to bring this proposal in front of the true owners of the business.
Okay. Now, there's an infamous question at this point: how are you going to pay for it? You repeatedly have said half cash, half stock, which is a great meme. But how are you going to pay for the business?
Everything now, by the way, everything is half cash, half stock. I saw I saw these memes on, like, it was like a hooker and how are you going to get paid, half cash, half stock. It was like, it's amazing, incredible. But no, what's funny is that the media did not understand the transaction, and I don't know, maybe they spent too much time in college or something like that. But basically, if you look at what we're proposing, so we have $9 billion of cash in our balance sheet. We have a commitment from our bankers for $20 billion of financing, and we offered the rest in stock. And so if you look at, essentially they're taking half off the table at $125 a share, which is a 46 premium to when GameStop started buying, and the other half they're rolling into equity in a new business, or a combination between GameStop and eBay that would be run by me. And so if it was all stock, GameStop shareholders would own 20% of the business. eBay would own 80% of the earnings of that business, but they're cashing out. Essentially what we're proposing is half, and the other half they're rolling. So they would be owning, roughly around 40%. And, then obviously everyone's saying, well, there's going to be a lot of dilution. And yeah, there is dilution, but the dilution is accretive to both GameStop and eBay shareholders because we're going to be doubling the earnings power of the business. eBay's business and GameStop's business is going to continue growing. So it's EPS accretive to both GameStop and eBay shareholders. And eBay shareholders continue to own the majority of a business that their earnings are coming from eBay, except it's run by someone, frankly, that gives a shit. Like, that's the big difference is I give a shit and I'm going to do whatever it's going to take. So we're proposing 50-50. If I was an eBay shareholder, I would want to roll all of the equity over, but we'll see what happens.
You started selling some stuff on eBay, almost like doing a little product investigation, and then I saw that they suspended you.
Yes, they suspended me, and then I got a permanent suspension. Then my account was still online, so and then now I have limits on my account, so I cannot sell anything. That was going towards financing the deal. So,
why do you think they did that?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
There's all kinds of when you talk to sellers on the platform, they'll tell you like there's all kinds of arbitrary limits on the platform, things that are done to prevent fraud, even though I've personally experienced all kinds of fraud on the platform. So, I mean, in general, I just say at the top, like they don't, whether eBay ends up being a $50 billion or $200 billion business, their compensation for the most part is risk-free and they're not invested.
So you wrote back in February this now famous Twitter post. You said the hollow men, American capitalism is rotting from head down. We've replaced the owner operator, the risk taker, with a new parasitic class of corporate bureaucrat. You call them the risk-free insider. And then later in the piece, you say, these are the hollow men of the boardroom. They are masters of PowerPoint. They wear the right suits. They say the right buzzwords about governance and ESG, but they are mercenaries fighting a war with someone else's ammunition. I take it that you wrote that as you're the exact opposite. And what you're saying is eBay doesn't need mercenaries. They need a missionary to lead the business.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
All right. And so it's going to come down to the institutional investors, whether they believe that or not.
Yeah. It's gonna come down to the owners of the business and who they believe are the best fiduciaries of their capital.
Are you going to take less compensation than $30 million a year if you become the CEO?
I have not taken a penny out of GameStop, and I didn't take a penny out of Chewy. So I don't deserve anything if the business doesn't perform. It's that simple. Like it's I shouldn't get paid if I don't deliver results.
Taking it a step further, I believe that you have an assistant and maybe some other folks who work with you, but you're paying them personally rather than the company.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, could you imagine somebody at eBay doing that?
No. I mean, and it's funny, they basically tried to put something out saying that I guess maybe they didn't have all of the facts, but I mean, within corporate America, the executives have assistants handle their personal lives, and it's considered a benefit. And it's just not something that like I don't cross that line. And whatever my personal expenses are, they're my personal expenses. So I schedule my own meetings and I pay for all my personal expenses myself.
Makes sense. I also schedule all my own meetings. I think we coordinated this by just texting each other like normal human beings rather than. All right. What else do you want people to know? Anything else that you think is important here as you go on your crusade? By the way, I've been very clear. I think you're going to win this. I think that this is a fairly lopsided battle. I think that they're in a very precarious situation where the management team cannot engage you in a way that they need to fight off any sort of adversarial bid, because that will bring them down a couple notches, and one, that they think that's beneath them most likely, but two, on a level playing field, you run circles around them. Two, I think it's very compelling to institutional investors to say, hey, I'm not going to pay myself unless I perform. I'm a missionary. They're mercenaries. They're basically siphoning capital out of the business. And then the third thing is the market's pretty smart, man. And you announced this, and eBay share price is up. Obviously, someone somewhere thinks that this is a good idea. And I think that, you probably have used eBay as a seller more in the last 30 days than the entire management team in the last couple of years, I would assume.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, it would be great. I asked Jamie for a one-on-one meeting, and I basically said I'll be in San Jose at any point, or meet at anywhere they're interested in. So if you can get them on the show, maybe that would be the best way for us to all meet together.
I mean, listen, I think
just hammer this out.
Yeah, why don't we just
who should be running this business long term?
Well, you guys could come on. You could debate, strategy. What I really think you should do is, I think you should go set up a table outside of their office and just wait and just live stream it. Just wait for him.
Okay.
And he won't come.
Idea. I like that.
And they'll probably ask you to leave, but it'll become pretty obvious that who's focused on doing this or not. Like the other thing too. The other thing is, I would love. I mean, maybe somebody at eBay has what are these people doing all day? What's on their calendar?
They're on sabbaticals. They go on long vacations. They check their email once a day. They don't. I think they believe in that whole work-life balance thing.
I think there's probably people inside of eBay who are sympathetic to your cause. It'd be a shame if all of a sudden they started helping by telling you. I saw somebody was tweeting at you saying that in the San Jose campus from 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday, there's free beer and wine.
Yeah, that's healthy. That's good for a company to be supporting that kind of behavior.
3 p.m. I mean,
yeah, why not?
Yeah, well, if you start at 3, why not start at 10 a.m.? Just
Exactly.
Exactly. Do you want to send anybody anywhere to get more information? You kept mentioning half stock, half cash. Check the website. What's the website you want people to go to?
I mean, they should go to GameStop.com and they should buy some stuff. They should buy some trading cards from us.
All right. Bill Pulte, by the way, he says hello. He says that he's cheering for you.
Bill is a good man.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
All right, Ryan. I appreciate it. We'll do it again. We're just gonna do a little check-in every couple of days because it seems like they're gonna keep tripping over their own feet. So we could do like the best of the week highlights or something here as you continue this.
Let's do it. You know where to find me.
All right. Talk soon.
All right, y'all. What was my first impression? First impression was Ryan Cohen actually gives a shit about running eBay versus who currently runs eBay. The guys that don't invest in their own stock and pay themselves millions of dollars each year just to show up to a few board meetings. Versus Ryan Cohen, he wants to make this company his baby. He's already been buying stocks. Probably more than the people running the business. Not only that, but he was selling shit on eBay too. Something that they're probably not using as well. Long story short, Ryan Cohen's intentions are so pure to me. And for anyone to tell you online that that is not true is actually in serious FUD. Why do you think the name of this video is called The Bots Are Out? Because the bots are out in full action. And they are just here to bring you down. And we're not going to let that happen. That's why I had to make that be known regarding that other video of these two idiots talking down on GameStop. But there's a lot of other examples on Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, everywhere online. So please don't let that, also that was Ruby. So please don't let that sway you away from your decision. If you're scared of GameStop, maybe you can do your due diligence before you sell it, I guess. I'm not selling. I'm good. But on that note, I'm going to end it there. I do got to get some stuff done today, and I do have to meet with the brokerage at 3:30, so I got to get some stuff ready, got to get some questions ready for my interview. I'm super excited. Let me read the chat. I seen some people come in while that video is going. Loved that interview. Loved it. Dope Cho, up and to the right as always. Ricky B. Loco, thank you so much for being here as always. Everyone here thinks it's a good idea. I think Ryan Cohen is doing the best that he could, and he's going to kill it. Need to drop. Got to go to a meeting at work. Thank you, Dynamite. Always, NJ. Do you think Anthony was being sincere? Who knows? He seemed like it, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with anyone nowadays online, quite frankly. But I did like the interview. I do think that Ryan Cohen's got some plans in the bag. And he's not going to tell everything, obviously, but I love it. The confidence is still there, baby. We ain't shot down. eBay done made a mistake. But we'll see. Only time will tell, Burton. But if I had to guess based off of my initial view of the interview, I think he was being sincere. But I'm going to have to watch it again just to, I just need to watch it again, of course. If I could tell Ryan one thing, it would be about that snake, Bill Pulte. Yeah, Bill Pulte. I don't think he's a good guy personally. I don't agree with Ryan's comment on Bill Pulte, but that's just me though. But anyways, y'all, gotta get going. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. It went 75 minutes. That's longer than what I'm used to. But I'm gonna play a jam on the way out. Just because GameStop is eventually going to acquire eBay. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. I just feel it. Anyways, y'all have a good rest of the day. Peace out.
Primal strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect. Cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck. No, they don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared. No, they don't really want none. And I'm a Mack truck. Don't get run over. We some country boys working overtime, boys. Kings of the South, we never had nothing. Blue collar boys do it with their hands muddy. No, they don't want none. Oh, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared. No, they don't really want none. They don't want none. Oh, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared. No, they don't really want none. We some southern boys with the primal strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect. Cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck. No, they don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared. No, they don't really want none. And I'm a Mack truck. Don't get run over. We some country boys working overtime, boys. Kings of the South, we never had nothing. Blue collar boys do it with their hands muddy. No, they don't want none. Oh, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared. No, they don't really want none. strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect. Cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck.